So here's a guide to setting up a new Metauni node. This will probably be out of date about 10 minutes after I record it, but anyway, this is how it works at the moment. So you need to create a bunch of accounts. So you need to make a Roblox account, a Discord account, a REPL it account, and a MongoDB account. So I'll assume you've done all that in the following. So we'll start with Discord. So you need to make a new Discord server. Alright. You want to add a new private channel for your bot. I think you can call it whatever you want, but let's say bot chat. Let's skip that for the moment. Okay. You want to add a webhook, so this is how the Roblox HTTP service API will talk to Discord by triggering a webhook. So let's see. I think it doesn't matter what it's called as far as I remember. Make it target the bot chat channel. You might want to copy that because you're going to need it in a minute. I think that's it. Now you need to make the actual Discord bot. There's some issues with permissions we'll have to deal with in a minute. Okay, so to make the Discord bot, go to Replit, new REPL. There's actually one already there for Discord bots. So you want discord.py. So what should we call this? Metauni demo. Yeah, why not? So in particular, you can probably just fork the Metauni repository that is linked to on the Metauni page. But anyway, the code is on the GitHub. Well, linked to, and I'll show you where to get it. Okay. Let's see. So you want to so you can just paste in the code that I wrote. So that's at metauni.org bot main.py. Okay. You do need to change a few things here. So this will come back to. This is the database connection stuff. But you want to change the ID of the bot. Maybe that's it. So we have to actually make our bot. Let's see if I remember how to do that. Right. So you want to go to discord.com. New application, name, so let's call it Metauni demo. Oh, well, the current one is called what? Roblox voice bot, so maybe let's call it Roblox voice bot demo. I think we just need that number. bot. So the only thing our bot needs to actually do is move members, so I think that should be sufficient. Okay, we'll try that. Okay, so we should be able to add this to our Discord server now. Yep. All right. So there's the bot. Okay, so you're going to want to enable the developer view on Discord. So in my case, I go up to the Discord app menu and select Preferences. Go to Appearance and turn this on. I think this is necessary to see your ID, which we'll need in a minute. So if you click on your username and go Copy ID, and then you'll want to paste that into paste that in here. Okay, so we'll use that in a minute. All right. So let's go back to Replit. So we need also this number. I won't show you mine because then you could control my bot, but let's call it Discord bot secret. Okay, so you get it from the bot page there. Okay, so let's go back to Replit. Okay, so you go through my code, you replace this by your author ID. So let's see. I guess that's probably not a big secret. Anyway, you know it now. Okay, what else do we have to change? So the actual token that's used to execute the bot is read here from an environment variable. So we're going to set that up by adding a .env file. Okay, so in there we're going to put Discord bot secret, and that's whatever you copied out of the other place. I'll edit it behind the scenes. Well, okay, this demo bot, I guess I don't care. Whoops. So that's the demo one there. No. also need a database password. It's secure now. It's got numbers in it. Okay, so we'll go back to the Replit file. So that's reading the database password now. As long as we call the collection, or whatever MongoDB calls it, the database, as long as we call it Discord Roblox, I think actually the rest of this doesn't need to change. Okay. One thing we need to do is actually install a few of the libraries that this thing needs. So let's see. That was already installed. We need this for the database connection. DNS Python. Okay, so now let's see, probably we should set up the database. So we did this, we did this. Okay. MongoDB.com. So I already made an account. Logged in already. Okay, so AWS, wherever you like. I think that looks fine. I guess because it's my second one, it's going to ask me to pay. Alright, so you just set that up and then you'll get something that looks like this. So what you should do is you should follow the, as I did, the instructions for setting up the MongoDB database from this blog post linked to from the Metauni homepage. There's a few things on top of that you need to do, but if you follow this part of the instructions, you'll get the basics. You do need to allow, I think, the IP address of Replit. So at the moment my database is set up to allow connections from any IP address. That's probably not a good idea, but you may need to do that to get it to work. Okay, so once you've done that, you'll be looking at something like this. What you need in order to actually set up the connection inside Replit is to copy the appropriate string here, right? So this is what I use, what you can see in the code. That may have changed by the time you do this, I'm not sure. But if we go back to Replit, so that's this code here. So you want to make a new collection, call it Discord Roblox. Okay. And then this should run. The other thing you'll need to do is set up a keep alive. So Okay, so we also need to set up a keep alive. So the replit, well, the bot's not actually running, but once we run it, if we close that window, it will stop running. If you want it to continue running in the background, you need to start a web server and have it be pinged by somebody. So the Discord Pi template that's provided by Replit has that set up already, and it's already in the code. Okay, this and this here, but you do need to have something ping it every 5 minutes or so. So the suggestion is to use Uptime Robot for that. Okay, so you can see the instructions here. Just go to uptimerobot.com, create an account, and follow these instructions. I'll put this link also on the Metauni homepage, and what you need to paste in there is whatever happens when you click run here. Just a moment. Okay, so this URL is the one you need to put into Uptime Robot in here. And that's it. So I'll now assume the bot is running. There will be diagnostic stuff printed in this console you might want to pay attention to while testing. So that should all be working now. The webhook should be connected. The bot should be listening to the output of the webhook. So let's proceed to the Roblox part. Okay, so you need to install Roblox Studio. You can probably get to that by clicking on Create for the first time. So you'll get the Studio Editor. For demonstration purposes, I'll just make a new game. In the Roblox parlance, games contain multiple places, but the sort of main unit is called a game. So, for example, the Rising Sea is a game which contains one place. Well, that's not very interesting, is it? Okay, we can do it that way. So let's make some terrain. That's fine. Let's have some dramatic lighting. Okay, so that'll do. So this is where people will spawn. You can make that invisible if you want. Okay, so let's put in some zones. So you can download the Roblox file for my Rising Sea level and just copy and paste stuff from that. That's probably the easiest way to do this. Okay, so as you can see, there's a folder called Zones. You should reproduce that as well. And then copy and paste. So you need the script, which deals with the zones. That's in server script storage. The talk scripts is a more advanced topic. Maybe we'll worry about that later. So we have a look inside. So it gets the players, it goes through all the zones that you specified in this folder. It connects up, touching those zones to doing something to the players. In particular, it uses this webhook that I set up in Discord and the HTTP service, which reminds me we need to go and turn that on. So you want to put this to public and allow HTTP requests. Okay, so then this should work. So that'll send the webhook messages, and then the bot that's running should move people around. You need to make a voice channel with the same name as the zone, which was ZTalk. Okay, so that should work. It should work even if you run it inside the editor, but once you've made your changes, you'll want to publish to Roblox every time you do so. Then it will update the servers that are running. For more on that, there's a brief video that I put on the Metauni homepage explaining exactly how that works. And then you'll want to just open up so maybe learning to navigate this web page is also useful. So if you want to actually play your levels, you want to go to your profile and find, it's not there yet. Why? That didn't stick. Yeah, it should show up here. It may take some time. Then you'll click on it and click play, and that's how you can test what everybody else sees. Okay, so if you want any of the other fancy bits, you can just copy and paste them from the other file. So I don't really understand the algorithm by which it decides where to paste things, but often clicking on an object, then clicking on it and pasting will tend to put it where that object is. If you just drag and move around, it'll match the orientation to the floor, which may be not what you want. So you may want to use the move tool. And then all the fanciness on these objects is actually coming from GUI elements, which you can find in Starter GUI. So this one here, for instance, is Talk Display Extra, Talk Slide Extra 3. So you connect that to there. Change the image to something you like. All images have to go through Roblox's content filtering, so it may take some time to show up on the live server. Generally you should see it immediately. Maybe on the other side. Yeah. You can control the face that it's attached to. Okay, so now that should actually be connected so that if you click on it, it will do the appropriate thing. Yeah, so you can see that it actually, because I had it hooked up to the other bot, it probably just moved me or tried to into ZTalk. Yeah, so because I'd pasted in the other place the codes for this bot, it's sending commands to the old server. Okay. So if you want to edit that GUI and control what the actual overlay looks like, you need to mess around with this. Okay, so that's enough for now. So the final thing you want to do is put in a teleport so you can link up to the hub. Again, you can just copy this object from the Rising Sea Roblox file and paste it into your world. There's a script in here, which if you look at it, the only thing you need to worry about is the number. That's the place ID that the teleport will connect you to. To find the place ID, you want to go into your Roblox account. Find the relevant world, in this case the Metauni hub. And then look in the URL, and this number is the place ID. Okay, so that's what you want to paste into your teleport. In this circumstance, that's the number that's already there. So you're copying, this is already a teleport to the hub world, so you can just paste this straight into your code and it should work. So that's it, and just send me an email and I'll put in a reverse link from the hub world to your game.